Picture the scene. 1942, Hitler screaming in his office, red with anger. He grabs the phone and shouts, "Manstein is fired! Immediately!" 10 minutes later, he calls back, voice trembling, "No, leave him. We need him." For the first time in his life, Adolf Hitler was afraid to fire a general. And that general was Erich von Manstein, the most brilliant military mind of the 20th century. The one even American and Soviet generals called the Master. Today I'm telling you why Hitler hated him, but couldn't do without him. And especially why, even today, we barely talk about him. Buckle up, because this story is going to blow your mind. Let's go. Quick 2-second pause. If you like dark military stories and forgotten geniuses, subscribe and hit the bell. It takes 1 second and it really helps me out. We're aiming for 15,000 likes on this video. Can we do it together? Come on, let's continue. Who is Erich von Manstein? Born in 1887 into a great Prussian family, he was the nephew of Marshal Hindenburg, no less. By 1914, he was already a brilliant officer. But it's in 1940 that everything explodes. Everyone knows about the fall of France in 6 weeks. What almost nobody knows is that the plan that made it possible was invented by him. Everyone, absolutely everyone, thought the Ardennes were impassable for tanks. Manstein shows up with a map, a pencil, and says, "What if we went through there?" The other generals burst out laughing. Hitler listens. Result: on the 10th of May 1940, 7 armored divisions cross the Ardennes in secret, emerge behind the French and British, and it's over. France falls in 39 days. Churchill would later say, "We were defeated by a plan of genius." But the real problem starts after that. Because Manstein, he has one huge flaw in Hitler's eyes. He speaks his mind. In 1942, on the Eastern Front, the Red Army encircles the 6th Army at Stalingrad. Hitler refuses to let Paulus retreat. Manstein proposes a crazy plan. "Let me attack with 3 armored divisions. I'll break through the encirclement and save 250,000 men." Hitler refuses. Manstein insists. Hitler screams. And then, Manstein does something nobody dared to do. He overrides the orders. He launches Operation Thunderclap anyway. In 12 days, he advances 60 kilometers and comes within 48 hours of saving Stalingrad. Hitler goes crazy. He wants to have him shot. But he can't. Because he knows that without Manstein, the Eastern Front collapses. Let's move to 1943. The Battle of Kursk. The largest tank battle in history. Everyone knows the Germans lose. What nobody mentions is that right after, Manstein retakes Kharkov and pushes the Soviets back 200 kilometers. With a numerical disadvantage of 1 to 5, he invents elastic defense. He lets the enemy advance, then counterattacks where it hurts. Soviet generals weep. Zhukov himself would say after the war, "Manstein was the only one who truly scared us." So why does Hitler end up firing him anyway? Because Manstein refuses to stay quiet. In March 1944, he walks into Hitler's office and tells him to his face, "My Führer, your orders are suicidal. If you continue like this, Germany will lose the war before the end of the year." Hitler turns white. The next day, Manstein is dismissed. And guess what? Less than 4 months later, it's D-Day. And Germany no longer has anyone capable of responding. After the war, the Americans offer him a position in NATO. He refuses. He simply says, "I served my country, not an ideology." He dies in 1973, almost forgotten. Yet when you ask the greatest military historians who was the best general of World War II, 90% answer, Erich von Manstein. Not Rommel, not Guderian, not Patton. Manstein. So why do we talk about him so little? Because he was on the wrong side. Because he served a monstrous regime. But the truth is that militarily, he was in a league of his own. An absolute genius. The only man Hitler was afraid to fire, until the day he did. And that day, the war was lost. Tell me in the comments, for you, is Manstein a genius, or just a cog in a horrible system? I read absolutely all the comments. If this video blew your mind, smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell. Next time, we're talking about the man who made Stalin himself tremble. You're not ready. Thanks for watching till the end. You're the best. See you very soon.